Hey everybody, welcome to June. This is No Excuses Guitar Month. I wanted to give you a quick tip. I'm kind of in a jazz mood today, so I thought I would give you probably a little bit more of an advanced tip. But in jazz, you know, when you have a chord, let's say I have a progression that's maybe a C major 7th to an A minor 7th, maybe to a D minor 7th, to a G 7th or a G 13th maybe. So I've got 4 bars, 4-bar progression, C major 7th, A minor 7th, D minor 7th, and then a G 13th or G 7th, something like that. All right, that's my 4 bars. You know, one of the things that you can do in jazz, folks ask me all the time about soloing. How do I solo? How do I know what to play? Well, let's kind of start at the easiest thing. There are certain notes that are more important in a chord when soloing than others when you're in a jazz setting. A C chord, C major 7th, that has the 1, the 3rd, the root, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. Well, the root is the C, and generally the bass player would be playing that, so you don't need to worry about always starting licks on the C. You can generally start the lick on the 3rd or the 7th of a chord, and that's going to work a little bit more pleasing to the ear, especially in a jazz setting. So when I'm soloing, I want to be constantly making this dance between the 3rds and the 7ths of particular chords. Why? Because the 3rds and the 7ths are the ones that actually define the chord. The 3rd defines the chord whether it's major or minor, and the 7th defines whether it's a major 7th tonality or kind of a dominant 7th tonality. That's a big difference, a major 7th or that minor 7th, or it's the flatted 7th, the dominant 7th. Okay, so the 3rds and 7ths are important. So a little way to practice this is to go back to our 4-bar progression, C major 7th. And this time I'm going to think, well, I don't know what note to solo off of. I could do my C pentatonic scale. That's not going to sound very jazzy. Find the 3rd. What is the 3rd in the C major 7th chord? That would be the E. What about the 3rd in the A minor 7th chord? What is that? Well, that would be a C. What's the 3rd in the D minor 7th chord? That's an F. What's the 3rd in the G 7th chord? Well, that would be a B. And so try and start at least, let's just start, play the 3rd of each chord as they're coming by. So if I'm playing the progression, it'll be 1, 2, 3, C major 7th, and I'll play an E. A minor 7th, I'll play the C. D minor 7th, I'm playing the F. G7, I'm playing the B. I can start or end my lick using just a little game with myself, trying start or end on the 3rd. And then I can go through the same exercise where I'm playing those same 4 chords, but I'm going to start and end on the 7th. Well, the 7th of a C major 7th is C, E, G, B, so it'd be a B. The 7th of an A minor 7th is a G, A, C, E, G, and so forth. D minor 7th, it'd be a C, G 7th, it would be an F. I realize this is a little advanced. If you're around session 18, this is going to make a little bit more sense to you. So I can start or end my licks on the 7th. So play it through again. Just play the 4-bar progression into your iPhone or something like that, someplace where you can get it back out again, and then or on a looper pedal or something like that. Practice starting a lick on the 3rd, then maybe walking to the next 3rd. Then to the A minor, start on that C. The D minor, I would start on the F. The whole idea is I'm dancing around on the 3rds and the 7ths. Then maybe I could even go from the 3rd up to the 7th, and I'm constantly flipping those 3rds and 7ths in my soloing as I'm playing. Just a little tip, little jazz tip for you when you're soloing. You don't always have to go to pentatonic scales or something like that. Try and do a little mental math. Think of the 3rds, think of the 7ths, hang around those notes, and you'll be surprised what kind of jazzy sounds you can get. Hey, I'm Steve Krentz for Learn and Master Guitar. Have a great month. It's No Excuses Guitar Month. We'll see you.